On this week's video, we're going to talk about how online surveys and email can help you validate with a much bigger audience. Hey guys, I am George Brooks, one of the founders here at Crema. And if you've been following us in some of our previous videos, we've been unpacking an idea that we have here inside Crema. Basic idea is that the problem I have is I get to network and meet lots of people, both for Crema and for the community and for other reasons. But my biggest struggle is remembering the details about the people that I meet with. I can go look up their LinkedIn profile and learn about their professional life, but how to remember if they have kids, they love to play golf, favorite drink is scotch. Those are the kind of details that I want to be able to remember. So we're trying to explore an idea to create a solution to that problem. If you didn't, check out our video that we posted last week, which is really us getting out of the building, getting out of the office and going to a local coffee shop, meeting up with both some people that were just there and some people that we lined up to meet with. And I think we met 7 people. 7 people is a good starting point. But that's not enough to go spend thousands of dollars building an app when I only know that 7 people want it, and me. How can we now reach out to tens or even hundreds of people and validate that there's a larger market maybe that's interested in this problem being solved for them? You could get out on the street, you could ask people to just survey more people on the street, or you could send a digital survey through something like email or through an online service. Now there are a lot of tools that you can use to do this, and it's very DIY. You can keep your costs really low while doing this. Some of them might be SurveyMonkey, which actually will allow you to not only create the survey, but they'll help you recruit people to fill it out. Or you can go really DIY and you can actually just create your own survey through something like Typeform or Google Forms and send it to a list that you might already have. That's what we're gonna do today. So what I wanna do is actually take you over to my desk and we're gonna jump into creating a survey that we're gonna send out to people we know and hopefully even expand it to other people that we don't know. I'm using Typeform. This is actually based off an existing template that was already in Typeform. Helps me to get going a little bit faster. So I've got a few questions already created here, but we'll add some more in. So just to talk about the first things that I've created is there's a launch page that just introduces the person to the survey itself, which says, let's talk about your networking relationship game. And then it really just has a start button after that. The first question that pops up here is, how would you rate your networking level? I've used a rating scale for this one. So a 1 to 6, you could do 1 to 5, you could do 1 to 10, depending on what you need. But just get a scale, right? So for me, it's a 1 is you don't like people at all. And then a 6 is I'm at meetings all day, every day. The next question is, what are your biggest challenges at networking? I wanted to kind of walk through some of the challenges that a person might have. So in Typeform, you ask the question here, and then you go over to choices, and then you add in your variables. So you add in the possible answers they could have. I'm gonna allow people to actually give me multiple responses. You'll see that it goes ahead and puts in choose as many as you'd like. You could make these open-ended questions, which is great if you just want to kind of get open-ended feedback. But we're using multiple choice because it's the best way that we can kind of normalize or make a consistent feedback and look for trends and what people think. So let me run through real quick. We'll just go ahead and get those other 2 in there. One final question that I like to include with our surveys is a little bit about the person. This is really nice so that you can do a kind of comparative analysis after you get the feedback. This is kind of basic demographic data, which we don't want to base too much on the demographic data, but it is good to know and have for our research. Gender, age, average income, industry they work in. So the final piece of this is really going to be for me to grab the URL for this particular survey, and I can share it out on social media if I just want to get a general audience. The way I'm going to probably get started is I'm going to select the people that I know fit the demographic that I want, and they're going to probably be my early adopters, or at least that's my assumption. And then probably a second round, or maybe even right after that, I'll go ahead and send this out to our full MailChimp list, which has about 400 to 500 people on it. One thing that's missing in here, and I will go back in and add it before we send it out, is I really want to get a sense of how valuable this is for somebody. How much will you pay for it? That's what it comes down to. So after all said and done, we should have really good data to see if those questions, again, that we asked with those people in that coffee shop, if this is a bigger market opportunity. So just to recap, what we did today was we looked at how to create a survey that we could send out to a much larger audience than the 7 people that we talked to in our last video. This is going to allow us to basically survey maybe 100 to maybe 500 people. And from this, we're hoping to get a sense of, is there a trend? Is there a threshold that will tell us, should we keep moving forward into this idea? Is this a problem worth solving? And is this the right solution to solve it? As always, be sure to tell your friends, family, coworkers, business partners about the content that you're seeing here on Crema. Tell them to subscribe and make sure to like our videos as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.